Joe Biden. The man may be new to the race, but he definitely isn't new to life. In fact, at 76, he's older than two Buttigiegs. Yes. Or is it Buttigieg? Buttigiegs? Never thought of it. Point is, that makes Biden one of the oldest contenders in the 2020 race, along with President Trump, who is 72, and Bernie Sanders, who's 278. Yes. You gotta admit, he looks good for his age, though, huh? He looks good. Guy doesn't look a day over 240. But Joe Biden, like most old people, wasn't always old. In fact, when he started his political career, he was the fresh face.
Biden's Senate career began with him as the fifth youngest senator ever elected at 29 in 1972.
He served in the Senate for 3 decades.
Biden's early years in the Senate saw seismic political change, the end of the Vietnam War, the impeachment of Richard Nixon.
Biden never moved to Washington, choosing instead to commute home by train each night.
He has a nickname of Amtrak Joe.
I take this train, literally. I've taken it over 7,400 times since I've gotten to the Senate.
It is nice to see a politician riding public transportation, though, I will say that. Although it is a weird thing to think about, right? Because on an Amtrak, it makes sense. But imagine bumping into Trump in your Uber pool. Yeah? Like him sitting like, do you have an iPhone charger? If I don't wait for 15 minutes, I die. Check out my Uber rating, 2.1 stars, the highest of any passenger in history. Some say it only goes to 2 stars, but I got 0.1 extra. And Joe Biden, he doesn't just have lots of experience in the Senate. He also has a lot of experience running for president.
Joe Biden hoping the third time is the charm after failing to win the Democratic nomination in 1988 and 2008.
Biden's past 2 bids for the presidency were rocky ones. In 2008, he got just 1% of the vote in Iowa. The first time, in 1988, he dropped out after news reports revealed he plagiarized part of a speech.
Aww. Plagiarism used to be a campaign-ruining scandal? Oh, America, you were so cute when you were little. You were so cute. Oh. That was a scandal? Nowadays, you can say you love grabbing pussies on a bus full of your unreleased tax returns while doing a drive-by down Fifth Avenue, and the worst thing that happens is Mitt Romney will furrow his brow in dismay. But people don't just love Joe Biden because he's a down-to-earth, everyday man. No. People love him because he's an adorable goofball. In fact, the only thing that spends more time in Biden's mouth than those perfect teeth is his own foot.
His biggest possible weakness, his reputation for verbal gaffes.
As Barack says, a 3-letter word, jobs, J-O-B-S, jobs.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent to fully, I'm not joking.
His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive. Your dad passed. God bless her soul.
He said this to a politician in a wheelchair.
Stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. Thank you very, very much. I tell you what, stand up for Chuck.
That's right. Let's show Chuck what he's missing. Everyone else stand up. Let's rub it in. This guy's got no hands. How about a round of applause? Come on. Come on. You know what? In a weird way, I feel like these gaffes are what made Biden the perfect balance to President Obama. You know, because Obama measured every word. Like, you could feel him thinking as he was talking. But when Biden talks, his brain just clicks, I'm feeling lucky, and the first result comes out of his mouth. That's it.